Prisoners are bumming each other because they are not locked in their cells overnight. Not an excuse. But I thought I would bring this to your attention, people, because this one was headlines, believe it or not, in my prison news app. So I thought a little bit of humour as well, but I will tell you about these disgusting creatures, because when it popped up and it's the headline of it, straight away I thought it's got to be in a Bacon prison, a nonce prison. Because the title was, like it says there, or the headline, prisoners are bumming each other because they are not locked in their cells at night, a report reveals. So prisoners are inevitably having sex with each other because they are not locked in their cells at night. This is what the inspectors have revealed. The IMB, which is an independent monitoring board, report said some of the inmates were groomed for favours at HMP The Verne in Dorset, which specialises in housing offenders, Bacons. The Bacons are literally bashing each other, and it's not bashing with their fists, it's bashing. So since accommodation at The Verne is mainly on open spares with shared washing facilities, some SA is inevitable, it said. As if it's normal. Well, it will be normal to them creatures, them Bacons, all living amongst each other, all looking at each other and wanting to commit assaults on each other. A bit of prison justice on each other. So the prisoners are locked into their landings at night, but can associate freely with other prisoners on the landing. So these landings are normally specialised for people who are enhanced or who are due to go to Category D prisons, or people that don't get into trouble in prison. Like these beasties. Because they're up the screws, back ends literally, up the screws arses, the saying goes, meaning they're licking up the screws arses. So any bit of trouble, they're grassing on each other. This is what the screws like inside a prison. They like having prisoners like this, which are easy to handle. So they're given more amenities. They're given more luxuries. And they're not locked in the pads all night long. They can go and get a bit of comfort off the creature next door. Some creature comforts. So these beasties, what happens is the spur is locked, like it says. The big metal gate is locked on the end, but all the pads on that spur are left open, and they can go and have themselves a sausage fest during the night whenever they like. So it did also go on to say, while this can ensure a more normal life for prisoners, the board understands that it has led to more bullying, coercive behaviour and some grooming of more vulnerable prisoners for drugs, vapes and favours. A survey found just under 81% of the 600 inmates at The Verne described themselves as heterosexual, with 7.5% as gay or bisexual, with the rest not disclosed. Because a third of jail inmates are over 60, prison officers spent a total of more than 13,000 hours on bed watch duties last year, keeping an eye on terminally ill prisoners. The watchdog called for an end-of-life facility to be set up in the jail on the Isle of Portland, which dates back to 1857. So a massive proportion of the inmates, a third of the jail, are over 60. 60-odd-year-old Bacons. The watchdog called for an end-of-life facility set up in the jail. I agree with that. An end-of-life facility for 100% of the inmates in there. They're all in for offences, or the majority of them. And they're all Bacons. And they're all going to be coming back out onto the streets, apart from the ones that are dying. And they're going to be inflicting more misery onto the children who we are supposed to protect the most. And that's why on this channel it is now mainly talking about these beasties, getting them exposed, talking about cases that people don't hear about, so people can keep an eye out for these fucking beasts coming into their local area. This brings a whole different term to the terminology that I've created, bacon bashers. This is actually bacon bashing, something that you don't want to imagine, because it makes you sick to the core what these creatures are doing to each other. But hopefully they'll be getting a bit of their own punishment inside of prison, and they'll see what it feels like to be on the receiving end of a bacon basher. Literally, not someone who's bashing the bacons with some prison justice, what you like to hear of, but getting bashed off a pork sword inside of prison. Absolutely sick. Despicable. But I'll leave that one there for now, people. I thought I would just bring that to your attention, even though it is gross. But prisoners are bumming each other, not on the normal location wings, although it does happen sometimes. But this will be happening in every VP wing up and down the country. These bacons will literally be bashing each other all the time because they're absolute sickos. And the end of life treatment should be reserved for the most dangerous offenders. I'll leave that one there for now, people. Hopefully you are still enjoying the content. Remember to comment, like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.